alcohol, you fucking drink too much, huh? That's fucking it. You stop drinking right now. All right? Make a promise to yourself you're gonna stop fucking drinking.
Hello and welcome to Sobriety Made Simple. My name is Timothy Martin. Today we are going to be discussing a term called the dry drunk syndrome. What is it? What does it mean? The dry drunk syndrome is a term for someone who has quit drinking but hasn't dealt with the issues that caused them to become addicted in the first place. The dry drunk syndrome can be a sign that you are close to relapsing. Sobriety is a long, ongoing process, but with help, support, and treatment, it can be made easier to deal with. So what are things that can cause the dry drunk syndrome? First of all, not drinking can be different than actual recovery. Just because somebody has stopped drinking doesn't necessarily mean that they are working on the emotional and psychological issues that led them to drink in the first place. It's what I call white knuckling. If you're not drinking but still on the edge or craving alcohol or constantly thinking about drinking, then you're probably experiencing the dry drunk syndrome. You might want to start addressing those emotional and psychological issues that got you abusing alcohol in the first place. Also, if you're not drinking but not working on your recovery, then you may be at risk for developing other addictions. If you haven't dealt with your underlying issues, you may start substituting one addiction for another. Also, the dry drunk syndrome can be a part of what's called post-acute withdrawal syndrome, which I have a video on. Here's a link above me. What are some of the symptoms of the dry drunk syndrome? Everyone's experience is going to be different, but some symptoms could include the use of destructive coping habits instead of developing healthy ones. Some examples of destructive coping habits might be lying, cheating, intimidation, violence, bullying, trying to get attention even if it means acting up, feeling like you're always the victim, having trouble communicating your emotions, mood swings. You can be very depressed and then very happy for no apparent reason. Fear that you can't change. Anger and resentment towards family and friends who intervened in your drinking. You're mad at people who made you stop. Frustration over wasted time due to your alcohol abuse. Believing that sobriety is boring. Romanticizing your past drinking history. Not acknowledging the problems that your drinking caused. Feeling jealous of people who are actually in recovery and are progressing in their lives. Believing that you always know what's best for yourself and for everybody else. Refusing to accept constructive criticism. Now, I can definitely relate to some of these things. Depression for no reason, for sure. Fear that I'm just kidding myself, that all this is going to come crashing down around me at any moment. Frustration over wasted years. You need to understand that this does tie into the post-acute withdrawal syndrome. Your brain is trying to recalibrate itself, to reset itself after years of alcohol abuse. So you're going to be feeling these things. It's a natural progression in the healing process. Again, check out the video on post-acute withdrawal syndrome or anhedonia. They could help you. How can you deal with the dry drunk syndrome? It is important to understand that quitting drinking without changing lifestyle behavior isn't going to be enough. People become addicted because they started drinking as a way to deal with their problems or trauma. Maybe social conditioning or genetic predisposition played a part in your drinking, or the inability to cope with circumstances, negative beliefs about yourself or your life. The first thing in dealing with the dry drunk syndrome is the same for quitting alcohol. You have to recognize it and admit it. Once you do that, then you can start working on it. You could go to a support group and connect with other sober people. That could help establish healthy routines. That could be very helpful for you. Learning to love yourself, or at least like something about yourself. Now, I know that's a lot easier to say than do. Trust me, I know, folks. I had gotten to a point where I couldn't even stand looking in the mirror. So I know it takes a lot of time to even get to like who you are again, let alone love yourself. But you must soldier through, okay? Small steps. Give your life some meaning. Have plans and strategies in place. Get a sense of happiness in your life. Try to find something that makes you happy. Possibly a creative way to express yourself. Music, art, maybe diet or exercise. Reaching out to people who you've lost contact with over the years because of your drinking. Maybe you had some good people in your life that you fell out of touch with because your drinking overtook your life. Maybe you can get back in touch with them. Possibly a spiritual activity like church might be something that you like, or a fellowship in the AA program, connecting with other people who are trying to stop drinking. Possibly getting a new hobby, or continuing your education, or working on a career change. Maybe moving to another city if that's something you've always wanted to do. There are better days ahead is what I'm saying. I promise you. I am living proof of that. So to sum up, the premise of the dry drunk syndrome is, even though you've stopped drinking, you're not really focusing on your problems. You just think because you don't drink anymore, your problems are going to go away. And for a lot of people, that's not true. Anger, fear, anxiety, depression, these are things that could put you back in the bottle as fast as being in a bad relationship or being in a pro-drinking environment. Don't do it to yourself. Get the help you need. We are all a work in progress. It's just that way for us. But that's how we change, slowly but surely. Remember, you can stop. You can do it. I'm damn sure doing it. And I know if I can do it, you can do it, okay? Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you out. Please hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you haven't. It helps me to continue to make these videos. Hang in there, and remember, you got this. Bye.